Welcome back, watch fans. We're exposing, that's right, we're exposing the conspiracy to keep you poor. That's right, the Matrix conspiracy to keep you poor with shitter watches. We're talking about these grifter channels out there, the Teddy Ballsack, Mr. Wonderful, you got the Grifter of Venice, you have the Bark and Jackoff, you have all these channels that are spooking shitter watches. You know what I'm talking about. Those cheap Omega watches, Rolex Explorer, basic bitch, Rolex Steel sports watches, Omega watches, and especially these Chinese-made cheap watches, okay? These people are part of a conspiracy by the CIA, possibly the Mossad, maybe the Mossad and the CIA. They're conspiring to keep you all in chains, as Joe Biden said. Remember that? Joe Biden said that. They want to keep you all in chains, okay? That's right. This is an op. It's an op. You understand what I'm saying? You know Cat Williams. You know what I'm talking about. Cat Williams would explain to you how it is. He knows what time it is. Okay, Cat Williams knows what time it is, and the time is the man wants to keep you broke and poor. Okay, why do you think the Rolex Explorer, these Omega bitch watches, how come you think they're losing value? How come they're not going up in value? Oh, okay, how come the watch yours truly is wearing, the Patek Philippe 3940G, the top of G, okay, this watch has doubled in value in the last few years. It's going to go to the moon. Okay, this is going to be $1 million watch at one point. Well, 20 years, but anyway, it's going to be $250 in 5 years. Okay, you Google it. You do your research. Okay, now, meanwhile, the basic bitch Rolex watches, your Omega watches, all the stuff that Teddy Ballsack is pushing, okay, they're dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse with Juanita and Kino there. That's right. While Juanita and Kino are stealing hubcaps outside, that's how fast it's dropping, okay? Look, these people, especially this guy, Bark and Jackoff, okay, he's spooking shitter watches. By the way, what, you think he's broke? You think he's spooking those watches because he can't afford a nice watch? No. It's a scam, okay? It's a scam. This guy's making mid six figures, okay? I mean, again, even a guy like that, who was a dummy, basically, okay? This guy who likes drinking coffee, you know what I'm talking about, Bark and Jackoff. That guy is a grifter, okay? He's telling you about these watches and, he likes the Explorer or this piece of shit that he puts on his, scrotum, cat scrotum strap. That's right, all his straps are made from cat scrotums. They're made by little 5-year-old kids in China. By the way, the cats, the scrotum from the cat that makes those watch straps, you know what happens to those cats? They eat those cats, okay? Now this watch strap is actually Patek Philippe watch strap, proper watch strap. Made by Camille Fournier, actually. But don't buy your watch straps from Patek Philippe because they're a ripoff. They're made by Camille Fournier. You get them for half the price. You Google it. Okay, look, this is Bark and Jackoff. Okay, all these guys, especially Teddy Ballsack, they're spooking shitter watches so that you do not move up the ladder. You do not move up the economic ladder. That's the idea. Okay, they want to keep you people poor. Okay, it's the Matrix. They're agents of the Matrix. Okay, you got this guy Oisin O'Malley, the grifter of Venice, that socialist. He's like a socialist communist. He wants to keep you poor. While, by the way, just like the communists, socialists, they want to keep the masses poor while they actually get rich. That's right. The elites of the Communist Party in the Soviet Union and all these countries, right? They're always doing very well for themselves and their family. That's right. They're doing very well for themselves. They got nice vacation houses on the Black Sea for their family, cars and everything, while the masses are starving and they have one pair of shoes, okay, and one pair of underwear. But I'm not exaggerating. That's the way the Soviet Union was. That's what these guys are. They're scum of the earth. I'm not even joking, okay? The Teddy Ballsack, especially this Bark and Jackoff, Adrian, what's his name? Adrian Barker. Okay, this guy probably has, his real collection is probably like Patek Philippe minute repeaters. He's got probably like a $1 million collection. And while he's like pretending to be like, I'm an average bloke, I'm just an average bloke. And he's spooking these shitter watches for you so he can He can shift his shitty NATO straps, that garbage. By the way, if you wear those watches, you will never get laid, okay? You will never get laid, okay? That is the ultimate birth control, okay? A NATO strap, that he sells, those NATO straps, it's the best birth control in the world. Why? No woman will want to go within 20 feet of you if you have that on your wrist. That's right. Unbelievable but true. Okay? The Omega Speedmaster, his Omega Seaman Master, all these watches, they're shitter watches, which will basically also keep you as an incel. That's right. That is their goal. They want to do population control. The Matrix is all about that. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Okay, that's what these channels are. They're an op. It's an op. It's a CIA op. They want to keep you all in chains. Okay, this is the only channel that will set you free. If you want to get rich with watches, okay, this is the channel. Okay, we deliver alpha. These channels are all beta male channels. They deliver beta, market beta, meaning you're going to get the same returns on your horological portfolio as the broad horological index, meaning if Rolex is up 5%, you're going to be lucky to get 5%. On this channel, we deliver alpha above market returns. That's how we have watches consistently that double and triple in value within 1 year. Not an exaggeration. You ask anybody here, okay, look at our old videos. We don't delete any videos. You look at all our old videos, you're going to see watches we told you would double and triple, and they have. Now, let me tell you something, my friends. If you want to move up the economic ladder, right now, the watches that you should be considering are Patek Philippe Ellipse, okay? We still have another year, 2 years. I told you about that watch, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. That watch is up 300 to 500%, okay? We have 2 watches coming up. They're available for purchase in our next auction. That's right. The link is in the video description below, okay? We have 2 Ellipse watches. We also have a Gondolo. Okay, by the way, all the prices in that auction are wholesale prices. Okay, you can get those watches at wholesale prices. All right, now, if you don't buy them, somebody else will buy them. They're going to make money, okay? And what about, what else do we have available there? Oh, I'm glad you asked. We also have a Piaget Dual Time Asprey Edition. You know what Asprey is? Look, you heard of Tiffany, right? Well, Tiffany is a brand for poors, the poors. Tiffany is a brand for the poor people, okay? Tiffany, middle market brand. They're all in all shopping malls. Asprey is by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, or maybe it's His Majesty now. I don't know if they still have the royal one. But basically, look, Asprey, they got one store in London and Mayfair. It's been there for 250 years, okay? They sell exclusively to royalty. They were the first Patek Philippe dealer in the UK. They were the first F. Peugeot dealer. They're a very important company, okay? And this watch we have, the Piaget Asprey, is going to go to the moon, okay? Let me tell you something, my friend. I'm giving you the heads up. Asprey is the next big thing. You want an Asprey double-signed watch, not Tiffany. Tiffany is for poors, okay? Tiffany is for the hoi polloi, the riffraff, okay? Asprey is for the elite. It is what it is, okay? If you can't handle the truth, you should go to another watch channel. That's right. On this channel, we're here to tell you the reality. If you don't like it, don't watch, okay? Now, again, we got the big auction coming up. And what else do we have? You know what else we got there for you? We got some art. That's right. We got art for you that's going to increase in value bigly. Believe it or not, I've already explained some of the stuff we've sold in the past, etc. Some of these artists, some of these paintings have increased literally 1,000, 2,000%. But by the way, it's not overnight. It takes, for art, it's usually a cycle of at least, 5 years, could be 10 years, if you want to make 10 times your money, because it depends on what the artist is, etc. We actually have one artist in particular, which has already gone up. It's Iran Darudi. Iran Darudi. You know who that is? You Google it, Iran Darudi. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff there. Anyway, look, you guys have heard of Manouchehr-Yakhtai. You never heard of Manouchehr-Yakhtai because you're a bunch of broke bitches, but Manouchehr-Yakhtai, very important. Actually, Iranian modernist, U.S., very important artist. Anyway, look, we were selling these paintings for 10 grand a few years ago. Today they're going for 100 grand, okay? You Google it, okay? And Iran Darudi is the next one. Okay. By the way, Iran they're going to have a regime change very soon. I got the inside information. What that means is you want to be loading up now on important Iranian art because, by the way, interestingly, a painting I sold for I think it was 10 grand a couple of years ago. The Manusher Yakhtai actually sold in Tehran this May, at Tehran auction in May. That's right. You Google it. You Google this, okay? Look, guys, all kidding aside, we make some jokes here. We make a lot of, improper, improper, whatever you want to call it, jokes. But at the end of the day, this is, this is for my entertainment, not yours. If you buy the watches, you don't buy the watches, it's not going to change my life. I mean, honestly, it's like I'm doing you a favor. Because they're increasing in value by the minute. Yeah, there we go. Look at all my videos. Look what I've told you what would happen, and look what happened. I'm like the prophet. I'm the horological prophet. I told you that this watch would double a couple of years ago. Everybody laughed. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, it's a girl's watch. Oh, Patek Philippe. Oh, it's a girl's size watch. Oh. I mean, this is the watch worn by Philippe Stern himself. Unbelievable, but true. You know who Philippe Stern is. You Google Philippe Stern. Anyway, look, guys, avoid these matrix channels, okay? These matrix channels that want to keep you poor. They want to keep your family in chains. They want to keep you as slaves for the matrix. The only way you're going to escape the matrix is by generating alpha in your horological portfolio. Okay, this is... here's one example. The Patek Philippe. We got others. But yeah, leave your nasty and vicious comments below.